Hi everybody, my name's David Brennan with Safety Evolution. I just wanted to talk to you today about onboarding and orientating your workers. We've seen a lot of incidents happening where workers are not trained properly, they don't have a good orientation, they don't know what to expect, and it's a direct causal factor for why workers are getting hurt. So there's a big opportunity for companies to orientate and onboard their workers and put the effort into it and help them so that when they get in those situations where they might not know what to do, you've actually trained them in what they need to be able to do. So a little background for me, I worked in oil and gas for about 15 years as health and safety advisor. We had one project that comes to mind about how you can orientate and onboard your workers in a way that really sets them up for success. We onboarded about 400 workers into a turnaround project. We were doing things like tank entry and tower cleaning, and so fairly dangerous work under air and stuff like that. And so what we found is we put a lot of effort into planning, and we're able to put 400 workers through our orientation onboarding training program and then bring them out the other side. I think we did 200,000 man hours and we had 0 lost time incidents. So that's just a little background about us. So how do you do that? Well, we always start with the planning process. You need to look at your business and you need to be able to say, what are the important things that my workforce needs to know about what we do? So what's the day-to-day tasks? What are your rules? What to expect on the work site? What do you need to know about the hazards? Where are they going to be working? All that information, gather it. You can even get into looking at your critical tasks, determining what they need to know that way. Is there positions that need to know specific information? Once you've gathered all this information, the last place you should look is at your previous incidents. So take a look at those and say, you know, where did we fall down before? Where could we have better trained our workers, and how could we have created a plan and information that could have helped them through that event and got them out the other side? Once you have that information, you should begin to build out your orientation and training plan. So from there, once you've got your orientation built, then you're going to want to find a way to make sure that it's delivered consistently. So one of the other things that we see is, even though we build our plan and we communicate it out, sometimes it's not delivered the way it's intended. So a really good way to deal with that is to use an automated system that has a consistent orientation and onboarding process. So once you have it built in there, what you're going to find is that your workers are going to consistently get the same information, they're going to be better informed, and you're going to be able to sleep much better at night. One of the things, this goes back to investigations for us, is we always assume that, you know, the worker has way more experience than they do. You look at a tradesperson, you know, you say, well, they're a ticketed tradesperson. They may have worked in that industry and got that ticket, but that doesn't mean they know how to do the job that you're asking them to do. So it's your job to make sure that they know how to do that work. And this is the first step to it. So just a little recap for you. What you're going to want to do is make sure that you build a plan for your workforce, look at all the work that they're going to be doing, all the things that they need to know. And then once you have that plan, build out your orientation, have a place to host it, make sure that it's delivered consistently all the time. And if you want a pre-built orientation template with checklists to help you get through this process, then the link below will get you that download. Have a great day.